Alright, somebody tell us what happened the last time.
We all died at the end.
That was
Sweet, I'm gonna
terrible.
go play Maple Story.
Yeah, it means I could play The Witcher 3. No, I'm just kidding. No, so
Oh
all
my
right, last
gosh.
time so last time we finally made it into the Harsal's little camp or whatever. I forget what it's called, the resort or the retreat. Thank
Woohoo.
you.
The resort.
Yeah.
We're stuck in a jungle for 20 years. What do we name our camp that'll totally keep
We
everyone
call it
peachy?
the resort.
Gotta keep morale up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's a spa over there. It's actually just a swamp and it's fucking filled with those octopus monsters, but don't worry about it. It's good for you. No. So yeah, so we finally made it into the retreat and we basically just talked a lot. Told Harsal what was going on with the Empire and the state of things outside of Chulgana since they had all been stuck there for so long. We got some decent information from him and from cybernetics lady. I'm forgetting names today really badly.
Katala.
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 Kratala.
And yeah, we got some
Everybody
good
knew.
information from her, although she seemed kind of hesitant to talk to us
Mhm.
at all, really. And then we got to the point where we were free to kind of roam around the retreat and do what we wanted, and that's about where we ended the session.
It is worth noting that you heard that much of the riches are still stuck inside the Sanala ore. The main vault chambers are submerged or otherwise inaccessible. So
That's the thing.
that is a thing. Also worth reminding you that several other people are very much ready to get the fuck off this planet, but Harsal is very much like, hey now, we need to take this slow, we don't want the Empire to find out we're here, and so like, people are over this shit, but Harsal is very much trying to like, control the situation and not have a bunch of people get on a ship to bounce at the first sign of a ship to bounce on and have all of his plans go to shit. Also, your droid's kind of a jerk.
Oh yeah, that's right. IT3 is a dickhead. That's everybody remembers.
So y'all were just leaving the headquarters building. You had the whole camp in there. There was some talking and stuff. Most of the civilians were set out, and y'all had a smaller conversation with just Harsal and Kratala, and then y'all are walking out of the buildings by yourself, and Miss Kratala is actually going to come out running behind you to kind of show you around a little bit, and let's go over to this other map.
And we gotta roll destiny.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the map real quick, though.
Also obligation.
Pretty.
Yeah, somebody roll a D100. We're going to start alphabetically from A this time. Seven. Kodo.
Oh no.
Enjoy one strain as the weight of the mission and the fact that everything's coming together, but this guy's kind of an ass. And you're way too far from your brand new ship, and so things are weighing on you just a little bit. Have one strain.
Okay.
Poor
Okay.
little buddy. Tap
But
your
you know what?
shoulder.
I'm okay with it because I just got new slippers and they feel amazing. Just want to point that out.
You got new slippers? Seriously?
Yeah.
Steven just got new slippers yesterday. That's so funny.
Oh wow.
They
We're
keep my
live.
toes warm.
Where's
Yeah,
my
these
old
things
slippers?
just feel wonderful.
Dang, now I feel left out.
Roll some destiny.
Damn, I did a really
Man,
bad job.
this is gonna be 2 episodes in a
Oh.
row.
Oh,
where y'all just
no!
Oh,
lose.
no.
It's on the dark side.
And
Wait, no.
Guys, we suck at rolling Destiny.
Good
that's
job,
all right.
Walter,
I
though.
suck at using destiny.
I'm gonna say, in my defense, I rolled my single light point last week.
That's true.
All right, so I gave y'all a quick kind of breakdown on Discord, but this is the gate y'all came in. Y'all looking at the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all came in this gate, and y'all basically walked down the road, and then you came into the headquarters building there. There we go. Stop that snapping arrow. Y'all came in, you walked this way, and then you went into HQ. Y'all are currently walking out the HQ, and Kurtala comes out a few moments later. You saw that this was a like garage building. Like there was some speeder bikes in there and stuff. This looked like some kind of droid repair shop, and you saw the big cages against the wall off in the distance. Taking the list I sent on Discord, is there anywhere immediately folks want to kind of explore, or?
Was Kurtala going back to the lab by any chance? Or was she kind of just hanging around?
Y'all left, and it was clear that her and Harsal had a conversation, and y'all got like maybe to the end of the little road and had that like moment to figure out what y'all are doing, and before you can say anything, Kurtala comes scampering out to kind of catch up to you, almost as if like somebody was like, wait, did those guys go out there by themselves? Oh shit, somebody should keep an eye on them. And she comes bebopping out. So there are people mulling about. There are battle droids kind of on guard patrol throughout the area. You noticed a couple of buildings that had battle droids like on guard stationed outside of them, but there are just also B1 battle droids kind of wandering around being B1 battle droids. So there are things are happening, and it's 5 o'clock. It's nearing supper time-ish as far as sunset goes.
Okay.
Being butted up against this cliff, though, sunlight hours here are slightly adjusted due to the fact you have to wait for the sun to get down into this canyon. What do you want to do?
I'll wander along with Zamira to the Nexu cages.
Yeah, let's look at the Nexu.
I'll go pull a Nexu tail.
Mhm.
Oh, God.
I want
go
to check
on
out the
droid
speeder
repair shop.
bikes.
Do you want to split the party?
Oh wait, I feel like this was just mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
maybe
we're just
not.
hanging
Maybe I'll go
out,
check out
right?
some
So-
Nexus.
Yeah,
You
fine,
can
I'll
go check speeders.
I'll go.
I want to see
check
the
out-
speeders too, so
Darn.
either way.
Okay, well we should like make an itinerary.
Okay.
Nexus Speeders Droid Repair Shop.
Got it.
Sounds good.
You'll have to pardon me. I don't have this section of the book doesn't have a read this when the players arrive there, so I'm just gonna kind of skim paragraphs and give you information. But kind of built on the outside wall here. I don't know what's up with these weird angles on whoever drew this map, but whatever. Roughly a octagonal exterior attached to the exterior perimeter fence is an enormous fully enclosed cage. There's several rusted metal fences spanning thick tree trunks and posts to create smaller cages, and they're fashioned from the ship's superstructure and any kind of thicker metal that they can find. There are, in fact, a couple of creatures in here. I have to go to the next page.
Now is Kurtala kind of like keeping track of us, kind of hanging out with us, making
Yeah,
sure we're
she's kind of hanging out with you.
following.
If y'all
Okay.
want to like talk to her or anything, you totally can. But I figured I'd give you the description here. There's a
Yeah.
large Nexu with a mix of new and old cybernetics implants that's clearly recovering from some kind of injuries. It's got bandages wrapped all around one flank. There are two smaller Nexu that are currently in individual cages. They are not yet cybernetically enhanced. It looks like they are super new, recently been captured. And then there are a few other different animals, probably about a half dozen different ones. Some of them have cybernetic implants, some of them don't. It looks like they're getting prepped for surgery. Nothing as big and scary as an Exu, but various little things, like one of those little rat guys y'all encountered. One of them's got he's clearly like getting preps to go and get whatever crazy scientific experiment is going to be retrofitted into him. You don't see any tree octopi, but a couple of species that you've seen on your trek through the jungles and a few new ones.
Now, Kartala, just out of curiosity, how do you guys catch these big Nexu?
When we first got here, they were pretty much hunting us. We didn't have to go looking for them. A few lucky hits with stun grenades or other subduing devices allowed us to get the first couple. Since then, it's been a bit more tricky. They don't necessarily try to attack the retreat itself. We do have measures in place, and she'll kind of motion up into the canopy above you, and you can see that in order to keep stuff from simply climbing up the trees and over the perimeter fence, because again, I don't have trees on the actual encampment, but you're very much under canopy of trees. But up above the actual perimeter fence, there is netting and other wiring and stuff, and it looks like booby traps and nets and stuff to keep monsters from using the trees to get into the camp. And she'll point out that now it's a little bit trickier. They don't necessarily try to attack us here at the base. So a little bit of bait, some clever wiring of nets or traps, and you can normally get them in the early morning hours, especially if they try to escape into the trees. A net will get one and send it plummeting to the ground.
Now, when you do those enhancements, the cybernetics, do you then control the Nexu, or is it kind of just you're just making them cooler?
They have, obviously it depends on the type of enhancement. You can simply outfit one with better teeth or new claws or stuff, and that doesn't necessarily augment its you don't mess with the spinal cord or brain at all, so you have no influence on the nervous system or the actual cerebellum. But if you spend the time and effort, as we have on a couple, you can almost train them in a sense, but I'm certainly not remotely controlling them by any means.
You mentioned stun grenades.
I knew you were going to bring that back up.
Where can I get some of those?
Supplies are running pretty low these days. We do have a halfway decently stocked reserve in case anything ever arises. I don't know personally because I'm not in charge of militia and defense. If we have any left, I'm pretty sure Harsal's probably got a couple of grenades tucked away somewhere. Whether those are stun or fragmentation, though, I couldn't tell you.
Okay, I'll check his room then.
Yeah,
I think there's like a supply area you could probably check.
there is a supply building, yeah.
Kartala, what type of implants do you have? Or enhancements, I suppose.
That's a good damn question. Let me go find Kartala's blurb.
I have a question.
Sure.
Does this place look like it's been built off of just their ship, or does it seem like there's been other ships they've like scavenged off of?
Ooh, good question.
Most everything you see looks like pieces of the Salnella ore.
Most things?
I mean, you haven't seen everything, and you haven't looked at anything closely, so I don't know how much Samira knows about identifying different types of ship metal and how much she knows about different ships. But
I think that used to be her profession. She was a ship metal analyst for a little bit.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
No, but you know who we do have in the group that is a ship expert?
Woohoo.
Kodo?
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you. You're up, buddy. Go at him. Go
Sweet.
get him.
Woohoo!
Do
Am I
you
rolling a
want to?
thing?
Do you want to try and roll a thing to see if you notice different pieces?
Yeah. That sounds like exactly the sort of thing I should be doing.
Sure, you can make some sort of intelligence, otherwise piloting check, and we'll just see how you sit and adjust accordingly. Call it 3 purple.
Okay. Is this
Which
a
is-
piloting space? Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
3
All
purple is
right.
hard for those of you playing the home game.
See if I do this right.
Nice.
Holy crap.
Eventually, I'm going to memorize what those symbols mean.
Success, success,
How do you get a
success.
Yeah.
boost?
Advantage, advantage, advantage. You should
You
not
can
have
hover
had a
your
boost.
mouse over it and it tells you.
Oh, how about that? Tooltips. Wonderful. So I actually did very well on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I think you got a boost.
No, I accidentally had a triumph thing. I did my bad.
Yeah.
Boosty die, and I didn't mean to do that.
That's fine.
So get rid of
Still-
one of those successes or advantages.
3 successes and 2 advantages.
Still pretty good.
It's pretty dang good. Again, you're just like looking at stuff as you walk around, so you're not like getting all up in anything and looking at consoles or comparing metal types or any of that stuff. But you're fairly certain that everything here is from the Sonala, or everything that you've seen is their ship. And being the huge ass banking frigate that it was, there was tons of supplies to be had.
Cool.
Kratala was asked about her cybernetics.
Mhm.
Looking at her, you can see that the only cybernetics that she actually has is that thing on her face, basically. She still has human hands and limbs and everything. So she's going to tell you that she has. She's going to say, I have minor cybernetic implants to help when it comes to the actual surgeries and stuff that I carry out. So, some microscopic vision enhancers and a few other niceties, but I've not bothered to outfit myself in any particular combat manner. It's not really my style. I prefer some subtlety and grace with my enhancements.
But surely, if you were
Nice.
to take those meaty human hands and replace them with those of a droid or a better cybernetic enhancements, you'd be better able to perform your surgery.
I mean, it depends. It's definitely not something that I want to do here in the jungle without a more outfitted laboratory, for sure.
That's definitely wise.
She's not that talented.
Dang.
Well,
Harsh.
you see,
I think
I
she's pretty
have a
talented.
few of the survivors that I've trained to be assistants and stuff like that, but there's no other real doctors, so I would need somebody to give me a hand.
I'm a doctor.
Registering pun.
You were a doctor last week. Remember?
Oh,
He's a
sorry.
sergeant
I'm a
now.
sergeant.
Dr. Sergeant? Sergeant Doctor?
By the way, how do you convey that that's your name every week? Like, is it just
Yeah.
randomly like you're just like, hey, this is my name. Now you got.
He wears a name tag.
The plant. Oh yeah. name
Hello,
tag.
I have
My
a
name
dry
is-
erase name tag. Every hour or so, I just erase it and put a new name on.
Out of character, the plan was for me to just be talking to him and say his name, but it hasn't really worked into conversation as well as I'd hoped. And usually we're doing other stuff, so it's just like, oh, okay, well, I'll just call him that whenever I can, and we'll put it in the thing so everybody knows.
I think one person every day should just be the first one to say his name, and they get to make it up. And everyone
I'm
just
okay
goes,
with that.
I'm starting to run out of options, and I think you guys know him well enough at this point that I am totally fine with that.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
What starts
Alright.
next week? I already have a nickname.
Sorry, where was I? Oh, in character. Okay, so
Yeah, she's got vision enhancers and stuff like that.
Cool.
And while we are standing there, um, the one next to is laid over, kind of like I said, is recovering from some sort of injury or something. And the other two, being wild Nexu, are still very much like pacing in their cage and kind of watching you and her and just doing that tiger in the zoo walk back and forth. Good talk.
And so do you also operate and put in cybernetics into humans too? And like, did you do that before you guys crash landed here?
Yes, it's actually one of the reasons that the Emperor drew such interest in my work. He was hoping that my ooh, he was hoping that my expertise would help outfit his personal guard as well as, be used in life lengthening enhancements to himself.
Now, when this is all over and you guys have all your supplies and you've established a base here, do you think you'll stay here on the planet or do you think you'll go somewhere else?
With the
continue your
proper
work.
resources and a fully fitted laboratory, I can do everything I need to from right here.
What
But
kind of things Oh, go ahead, sorry.
as we get a more secure network of supply and exports, I don't see any reason that I couldn't move from place to place, especially. I mean, it all really kind of depends, but as paranoid as Harsal's being lately, I do have to concede that right now it is best that we stay here, remain hidden, and make sure that we get things going properly. I've had fun getting to work on some of the creatures here from the jungle, and I'm sure that they'll make great things for people to use in pit fights or whatever, philanthropists excursions that they have. But I do want to actually get back to my real work, and we need the supplies to do that.
I find this all very interesting because I'm thinking about getting some cybernetic enhancements myself. And since you've worked on people a lot and that's something you're clearly the, expert in the field, it would be, I'm just interested in hearing about what kind of work you do. So
What exactly would you be interested in getting, Tali?
Well, I think it'd be awesome to have a cybernetic eye, both out of character because of Mad Eye Moody. I think it'd be awesome, and in character because
How dare you mix Harry Potter and Star Trek?
I
Or Star
know.
Wars. God damn it. And I said Star Trek.
Wow.
Oh God, why did I
That's
do
even
that?
worse.
I know, I did it way worse. It's way worse what I did.
You just rolled a 1 on that.
I know. I did way worse than she did. It's so horrible. I might as well just go shoot myself.
But I also really admire your cybernetic eye, Kratala, and I think that would be very cool. It'd be helpful in my line of work, which is smuggling.
Oh.
Don't tell everyone.
I think I can trust her.
Yes, we're all technically criminals here. Everyone in this retreat, as a matter of fact.
You're definitely not too far off with that assumption. Some people were simply serving aboard the ship, but many of them are willingly here, and everyone has made the choice to stick with Harsal. So whether they see themselves as a criminal, the Empire certainly sees them as such, and hence Harsal's concern at being discovered. And his concern is justifiable in that if people escape from the planet, they might simply try to rush back to everyday life and begin drawing the interest and the eye of the Empire.
Well, it's not just that. even considering the rebellion against the Empire right now are the ones who are currently trying to reinstate the Old Republic. So, should they find out that there was a place full of old separatists, they might not think too kindly of anyone that lives here.
Mm. Are you guys cool with walking over to the speeders area?
Wait, we didn't get to play with the Nexu.
I think that's as close as we're supposed to get there.
We can't go in
I
there?
thought this was a petting zoo.
Yeah, the bars are wide enough if you want to reach in and pet one.
Oh, can I stick my head through the bars?
I snatched his hand away, reaching towards it.
Slap.
Are
with
any
it.
tails within reach?
No.
Bear in mind, I have stubby
Yeah, I
arms.
was gonna say no because you have very stubby little arms.
I have a big head and little arms.
Can I
Oh,
use?
just don't
Can I
think this
use
plan
my?
is thought all the way through.
Yes.
Can I use my not previously talked about, because I've totally had them this whole time, Bender extendo arms to grab a tail?
That's gonna be a no from me, Chief.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Why aren't you seizing the boy?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you got that reference. I thought it might be a little obscure. That's funny. Okay. So speeder's next, right? And then
Yeah, I'm flipping through the book back to that page.
Yeah, let's rendezvous our way over.
you keep using that word.
I really don't think he understands what that word means.
All right, so y'all leave the cages. Again, this is like a droid repair shop building here with a big bronze dome on it, and the speeder garage is over here near the gate, of course. This appears to be some sort of rudimentary farm. They have cultivated several of the plants from the jungle and started food supply that doesn't involve getting eaten by Nexu. But over here in this garage, it's housing 3 old speeder bikes. It doesn't look like any of them are armed, and you can make a safe assumption that they're not operational based on the look of stuff. There is a pretty impressive supply of random parts and tools that are salvaged off the ship itself. You could see if any of them work, but it looks like the bikes are all kind of crappy, and since the bikes broke down, no one's really been in here doing anything. Like, the doors are half open, but this does not appear to be a daily used workspace. It looks kind of half abandoned.
Strange, considering you all could benefit from the use of these speeder bikes and stay safe while making trips to the San Or, but yet it seems that nobody's tried to repair these in some time.
Kurtal will speak up and say, well, Neenan, he's our engineer and mechanic. He's normally around. I don't know where he's at right now. He's certainly been trying to keep the things running, but with some of the flora and fauna that we've run into and just the climate that it's in, it makes it a tough job. We could probably find him around here somewhere if you wanted to talk to him about any specifics on the speeder bikes. And then as y'all are standing there, you'll see that from the back of the shop, an R2 unit will kind of wake up and come rolling up towards y'all. Well, here's R26N. Do you know where Neenan's at? And the droid will kind of just give one of those R2 whirs and beeps. It looks like he should be back momentarily. Did y'all want to talk to him at all, or?
You're cutting in and out just a little bit.
This is true.
My bad.
I got the gist of it, I think, though.
There's an Aqualish engineer named Neenan who works here, and he has a droid.
Kodo, do you think we want any of those speeders, or is it not really worth bothering with right now?
Ooh, can I roll a thing to know if they're like cool?
Can I roll to see if any of them look fixable?
Yeah.
Would that be mechanics?
Yeah. Call it hard?
It's 2 purples or 3? 3.
3.
3.
You have 1 light side point.
Yes, this is the time to
Ooh.
use it.
A triumph. Very nice.
And a threat.
Triumph counts
but
as a
try to stay
success,
positive.
but it was canceled out. I don't know. What do you think? With some time and effort, let's say that between the 3 of them, you could get 1 functioning speeder bike, though it would be kind of shitty. But you think you could at least get 1 of them going. You don't see like I said, you don't see any of the armament currently attached to any of them or laying around here. It would be transportation, but it wouldn't be unless you found who did what with the guns.
What a piece of junk.
That's good. I'm okay passing it up
She's
for now.
got
It's
it
up to
where
you,
it
Kodo.
counts.
I
Wait,
didn't
what?
hear what Tali said over Rick.
Sorry. I was just
Nope.
saying take it or leave it. I'm okay with whatever Kodo decides.
I mean,
I could fix it, but it's not worth fixing.
And say, are we in desperate need of speeder bikes? I mean, aside from just cool factor.
y'all could
We
definitely.
already have 2 ships. I mean,
Yes, but you
Right?
don't have a speeder in the cargo hold of your ship for the next time you land on a jungle planet.
this is
I know,
true.
the hoarder in me is like, well, you never know.
If we
Because a
want
speeder is kind of like a really small ship, and if what a ship needs more than anything else is a smaller ship inside of it.
Okay, we'll put a pin in it.
Yeah,
Why don't we just get you a Star Destroyer and keep your other ship inside that?
and then we can put a speeder inside the ship. It'll be like a Russian doll, but of ships.
And we'll put the Star Destroyer inside the Death Star.
Dude, this is amazing. You are basically speaking my dream.
I don't know if it's continues to be the edge of the Empire if you are in the Death Star. That seems more like central, very central Empire.
Hey, they're rebuilding that thing kind of far away. It's not like they're rebuilding it on Coruscant. Like I think we could get there, hijack it, steal the plans, and fix it up ourselves, and we'll be good.
And when we hijack it, we're going to take it to the edge of the Empire. We're not going to leave it there in the middle.
So it all works
lofty
out.
goals in this group.
Campaign 2.
I'm gonna flip a dark side point to say no.
Well, it doesn't seem there's much else here to learn.
So next to y'all, since y'all are over here, you see that this building is one of the ones that the droids are guarding more heavily. So there are 2 droids posted outside the door, and at least 1 more that's kind of doing its rounds in a patrol around the building, and kind of just, they're not great droids, so he kind of wanders off and then comes back and whatever. But you have that building. You can now see the bunkhouses back in the back, and then there's a ladder that leads up the cliffs behind that. And while y'all are over here, you did see the generator that seems to be running things, as well as what you know to be the laboratory building. Just based off of the size, shape, and condition of it. And then there's a small medical shack. Also the sentry towers.
Hey, Kratala, what are those droids that are guarding so heavily over there? I motion to like.
Oh, it's the supply building, so of course the droids are on watch because we've had issues in the past of people wanting more than their fair share of equipment or rations or whatever it may be. So, I mean, we have droids up on the walls, but there's not much else for the droids to do around here when we're not out and about. So having them on patrol around the base's supplies as well as the medical supplies is kind of paramount. We don't want anyone getting the wrong idea and, making a move for more than their share.
Okay.
Anywhere else you want to go?
Droid
I
repair
think-
shop.
Yeah, I think Sam wanted to go to
Droid repair shop.
maintenance.
It's around here somewhere. Oh, it's one of those. The paragraph start is then followed by 4 words, and then it goes to the top of the next paragraph. So it's like down at the bottom where I was not expecting a paragraph. It's a round metal central structure with a high ceiling. It's serving as the main shop. It's filled with specialized maintenance gear and electronics, which are in the need of some constant repair. There's a handful of droids of various types kind of mulling about or on the shelves and tables within. Some of them are either half built or in various stages of disrepair. There's probably at least a dozen workstations where it seems like this is not a work on one droid till it's done kind of thing. This is work on something until you get mad enough at it that you just cuss at it, hit it with a hammer, and then go to fixing something else that's broken, because there's plenty of broken things to work on kind of shop.
Holy crap, it's Buddy's shop.
Yep. And then there's 2 wings adjoining the main structure. The east area has salvaged droid parts from the ship, as well as several worn out and damaged units that are working on rebuilding the B1 droids. And the west area is kind of like a living quarters for the main, the head mechanic, basically, the guy in charge of droid maintenance.
Okay.
It's a female, middle-aged human named Runa. Rewna. Did y'all want to go in and talk to Runa?
Cap.
No, I just wanted to get a quick look around. See what was going on. I might come back later if because I know we're staying the night here.
An
But-
R5 unit drives by and it drives across Sergeant Volcano's toes.
Ow. It had to get pretty close to get on my toes.
It continues
Pretty
right on
much.
into the shop, and like it did not even see you at all, and it disappears off into the side wing. No head turn, no whistle, no whir, just like off on its mission.
I rummaged through my backpack to find a grenade, and I'm disappointed when I can't find one.
No.
I'm not. I think Harsol's got some though.
Yeah, let's go to his bunk.
Well, thanks
Ooh.
again, Kratala, for showing us around. We really appreciate it. Is there anywhere we can hang out so we're not near here and kind of rest up? Maybe get some food?
There's probably some extra room in the bunks. Some people might have to move some stuff around, but there should definitely be some room in there. If not, we can find something, either bed you down in headquarters itself or something. As far as food goes, we do kind of larger meal sit down times, but based on the amount of people who are in various jobs, either on the walls or working in their shops, there is also, it's get it when you can get it kind of stuff. So if you're hungry now, we can get something now, or if you wanted to wait, probably in the next hour or so, a larger chunk of camp is going to be sitting down for food. Did you want to find some bunks first, or?
What do you think, guys? I'm fine with that. I don't care either way.
Well, I don't require eat or food, and I only need like a small space to shut down in for a short time.
A small bathroom, right?
What's a bathroom?
Sam's my favorite droid in the party.
What's a bathroom?
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. And I don't care. I can wait till everybody eats. I'm not looking for preferential treatment or anything.
Food sounds awesome.
All right. Well, I'll grab someone real quick to see if we can get some rooms cleared out for you, and y'all can figure out food. And she will kind of take off to head back towards the bunkhouses, leaving you guys alone in front of the droid repair shop for now.
All right, let's go to Harsel's bunk.
Okay, it's back this way.
She's
Yeah,
gone now, right? So we don't have a
Decision.
chaperone anymore.
Currently, you do not have a chaperone. Yeah, she ran off real quick. She said, "I'm gonna go find someone to get started on cleaning out some bunks, and then we'll get you guys some food."
IT3 has been with Harsal this whole time, right?
As far as you know, you did, bounce around a little bit. So as far as you know, Harsal and IT3 are still in headquarters.
Okay.
What do you do?
Does anybody that's injured want to go to the medical area and just see if they can help you out?
They already did, remember?
Yeah, I guess they helped you out in the... We didn't go to the actual medical area though, right?
It's true. Some folks came in
Either
and
way.
addressed wounds and stuff, but there
That's true. Never
is the actual laboratory and the actual medical building that y'all could check out.
Okay, let's do that.
While they do that, then I'm just gonna head inside the droid repair shop because I have no reason to go to a medical bay.
Okay, where are you going? Which one first?
Let them go first.
I do kind of want to see the lab. I just don't
Okay.
want to... Does anybody else want to see the lab?
There's a door on the outside, or you can go through headquarters.
Yeah, let's go back through and see if Harsal is still there talking with IT3, if he's being shifty.
Okay, so you walk from droid repair, and you're heading towards the front door of headquarters. And now that Kurtala's gone, one of the just like not the named NPCs that y'all have been introduced to so far, but just like one of the random humans kind of walks by and says, kind of under his breath to whoever's bringing up the rear, "The last time treasure hunters found their way here, Harsal had them killed and their ship destroyed. Good luck." And he just keeps walking.
Ooh. Yikes. Man, do you think he's going to try to do that with us? I mean, we brought him IT3. We're clearly, like, on his side. We're not trying to take his treasure or anything. Not really.
No.
I am.
Yeah, but we just want our fair share. It's not like we're asking for, like, all of it. We're not chasing after everything. We just want the 10%.
Each.
No.
So y'all go inside, and at the far end of headquarters, Harsal and IT3 are still having a conversation, and he'll kind of glance over to y'all. Do y'all do anything, or are y'all just going to kind of walk straight through and go in towards the labs?
Let's hear what they're talking about.
They stop talking when you enter the room.
Oh, don't mind us. We're just passing through. Just looking to see what's in the lab.
And then we stand awkwardly beside them.
If you go to the lab, you're going to see that the lab is, it's the most high-tech building and the most cared for and like the cleanest building in camp. Like everything in here it's got the best stuff. It has working security pads on the doors. It actually has transparent steel that's not been shattered and broken so that you can see into the labs from the hallways. There's it's clearly made out of Starship salvage, but it looks like they did their damnedest to have pieces that were still connected and not just broken welded salvage. It's actually got kind of a bit of an interior finish. The floor's not just metal. It's clean. There's working electronics in all the rooms, and there's the main lab as well as smaller labs down one side. So you have the main lab to your left, smaller labs to the right, and then the final room over on the right is like a small surgery center. On the left with the main lab, there's kind of like a secure storage room. The door is closed, and if you attempt to tinker with it at all, it's locked. But there's also like a data center next to that.
Are there people working in there?
There's a couple different animals in cages. There's no Nexu in here currently, but some of the species like you saw out in the other cages, as well as one or two more species that you've never seen yet, are currently in various cages in the smaller labs. There are a few droids in here that are overseeing kind of various experiments, as well as a few animals recovering from their cybernetic implants. And then there's a salvaged FX series medical droid down by the surgery room, and it's not moving around or anything, but it's clearly on, and it's just sitting in the surgery room. But no one's in surgery doing anything right now, so it's clearly just kind of on standby.
I'm gonna walk straight up to it and tell it to fix me.
Do you require medical assistance?
Yes.
Do you need a full scan, or is there something specific you're looking to have repaired?
I want you to make me feel better.
I'm a droid, not a medical worker, but... or a miracle worker, but... Do you actually have a wound you want fixed, or...
I have 4 of them, and I start pointing at all of my wounds.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't see it beneath all the muck and dirt. Okay, sure. Have you cleared this through Cortala at all?
Yes, she said whatever we need.
Make a deception check.
Hmm.
We'll call it 2, average.
Hey.
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 Okay. Well, go ahead and let's remove your jacket and clean you up a little bit, and we can certainly work on at least that and stitch you up a little bit. Shouldn't be too difficult, and the droid will go about, prepping several tools and supplies over to one side of the room.
Is there like a bed with paper on it that I can sit on?
Oh yeah, you get the bed paper treatment, and you can swing your legs.
I'm just kicking like crazy.
The rest of y'all see a little bad person lying to a surgery droid. He's now sitting on the bed paper, just...
I mean, he is a little injured.
He seems quite pleased with himself.
I'm crinkling the paper. I wish I had crayons.
Mhm.
Approximately, how long will this take?
Are you asking, or are you asking
Yeah.
me or the droid?
Well, I'm asking the droid, but
Shouldn't be too long. It's minor injuries at best. I think he's
Oh, okay.
really overselling it, but we can certainly sort him out.
How
Okay.
dare you?
Tally is just kind of interested at looking at everything and just kind of keeping herself busy.
Sure, it'll take, we'll call it 15, 20 minutes, and you can remove 3 of them wounds.
When he's done, I point to my final wound and tell him he missed a spot.
I assumed you wanted something to brag about. You seem
Okay.
the sort.
That's smart. You're a smart droid.
That's why I have this job.
Hey, Sergeant, looking good.
All right. Now do this one. And I point to Kodo.
Do what exactly?
Fix his wounds and make him less ugly.
I forgot I had tokens on this page because I was zoomed in on the map. Well, we are at limited supplies. Will everyone be needing medical attention, or?
Cortala said whatever we need.
I think he's the last one. Just Kodo.
Wait, what?
Oh no.
God damn it, Kodo.
Oh no.
I'm trying to get you healed up.
I mean,
Kodo,
that sounds good.
remove 2 of your wounds.
Doing it.
Cool. Alright, where to next, guys? We already kind of got the wounds taken care of. We don't really have to go to the medical place anymore.
Oh, before we leave, I turn to the medical droid and say, Cortala said that you would give us stim packs as well.
I don't currently have any stim packs on hand, and I've been instructed not to leave the surgery room. Any further supplies are usually brought to me when something is happening.
Cortala said you could use the emergency stash.
Beginning to think that you and Cortala haven't actually spoken.
Oh, I talked to her. She's the one with one eye.
Can confirm they talked. I was there. I seen it with my 2 very big eyes.
Also, you forgot to make him less ugly.
Do you see these big black eyes? I see everything with these eyes.
Y'all a bunch of Star Wars races.
I'm not racist. I'm shallow.
We could try we could try the actual medical lab if you want. See if they have.
I thought we were in the
packs.
medical lab.
We were in the regular lab. We didn't go to
You're
the
in the
medical,
surgery
like-
room. You're not in the clinic, yeah. Don't forget
All
there's
right.
a ladder up the cliffs if y'all are feeling squirrely.
Are there grenades up there?
I don't know. Climb your ass up there.
Me and climbing don't do so well.
Yeah. Well, let Zamira climb it and tell us what's up there.
It was a
Zamira,
pretty
I'll stand
well-built
at the bottom.
ladder.
Yeah.
Just like the last ones.
I can climb stuff.
You want to give it a try?
Sure.
We'll all wait at the bottom and cheer for her.
And plus, we're going to be near the bunks anyway, and that's where Cortala's getting us all set up, so it'll be good timing. We'll walk over that way.
Okay, sure.
I like this plan.
All y'all kind of mosey over to the bunks to pretend like y'all weren't talking to survivors without your escort and stealing what little remains of her, surgery supplies.
They won't be here much longer either. Don't guilt trip us. Or
We're
the-
all
Yeah,
criminals
they-
here.
Supplies are on the way.
I'm not lawful good.
We're all soldiers now.
Oh, do we go? Should we pick up Sam on our way?
Sam, did
Eh.
you stay over in droid maintenance, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been there.
Sure, I'll have you talk to a person in a second then. We're gonna have Tali climb up a giant ass ladder.
No.
Nope. We're gonna have
Well, I
Zamira do it.
I'm gonna stand at the bottom though.
Okay.
Morally supportive.
What about physically supportive?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll give her a shove as she goes up that first rung. I can't reach higher than that.
So Zamira hops up the ladder and gets to the top. And you can see that there are several sentry cannons kind of along the top of the cliff. There's probably 5 or 6 of them that you can see from where you're at. And they're all pointed out into the jungle, but kind of tucked in and hidden beneath several closely packed trees and with all sorts of vegetation purposely camouflaging it is a low kind of wide building. And you push through the trees and you see that it's a hangar. One of the hangar doors is actually open, and it's probably about 95% heavy timber from the woods. It doesn't look like they really brought much in means of metal up here, but it's a timber hangar structure. And there's a small separatist shuttle. Looks like it came off the Sonala ore that's parked in here.
Oh my god, you guys, third ship.
Ooh.
Zamira, what do you see?
Oh yeah. Whoop, forgot.
I see your butt.
Okay, well, it looks like Samira actually climbed up that ladder really easily, so I'm gonna give it a try too.
I turn to Tally
ladder's
when
safe,
she
though.
says that she sees my butt, and I say, "Wow, she's got great vision."
The ladder's legit. Like it's well maintained, and probably in the time that you've been here in camp, you've probably seen a B1 battle droid go up it, and if they can figure it out.
Cool. I'll do
I've
it
learned
then.
not to trust any climbing in this system. Thank you very much.
Next thing.
I scramble up.
The next hurdle we're gonna have to go through is elevators.
Oh no. I will wait until Tally is all the way up before I very carefully begin my ascent.
Okay.
Is it like secured into the wall, or is it just
it's,
leaning there?
It's a legit, like, built, well maintained ladder that's fastened to the cliff face and stuff.
I'm testing every rung before I go up.
Really became a focal point, didn't it? Once
Wall-
I'm up there, I would like to
Well,
look
I
at
have
the ship.
one minor thing. As y'all are kind of at the base of this ladder and start climbing up, somebody's gonna come out of the bunk nearest y'all and see y'all there, and give the, like, make sure the coast is clear look, and kind of walk up and ask, like, so is it true y'all are here from Isotech?
What now?
Y'all are here from Isotech, like you're going to set up stuff so that we can get off this planet, right?
Oh no. I'm from Dagobah.
Please ignore him. Yes, we are here from Isotech. We were sent by Isotech to make sure to look for survivors, basically.
Well, if it comes down to it, there's me and at least several others who want to get off this place desperately, and so if we can, I mean, Arsal certainly won't be happy about it, but if it comes down to it, and you got room aboard the ship, I'll certainly make it worth your time, especially once we're off this rock. I know people. We can figure something out, but probably not best to be seen talking to y'all with. Just keep it in mind, and he'll kind of scurry back off.
Hold up. You give me 3 grenades by the end of the night, and I will guarantee you a seat off on our ship.
There might be a couple in the supply building. It's guarded by the droids, though. I know Harsal has a belt of Volt grenades. That would probably be your best bet.
All right, go grab that.
He's still in the headquarters building, though, right?
Well, it was very nice to meet you, and I think we we can say with relative assurances that we're going to be leaving relatively soon. So
You have till the end of the night. And then I give him a little wink.
can't salvage that. I can't do anything. I'm just gonna move on.
Look, I would do anything that I could to secure my seat on your ship. I promise.
Great, then it's settled.
Do anything
Tonight-
for love, but you won't do that.
Tonight's
Whoa.
probably the best time to try and steal grenades would be tonight, especially if Harsal can be distracted. But you don't just fuck with Harsal, right? Anyone that speaks up against him or opposes him, it's only a matter of time before they go missing. What do you think happened to the first mate?
Yeah, but you'll get off on our ship, so you don't have to worry about it.
That
Are
does
we
seem like a
not
common
doing
theme.
phrasing anymore?
I mean, I don't care what he does in someone else's bunk.
I think that's Sam's bunk.
Yeah.
The
go ahead.
bathroom?
It
I
is
mean, I guess that's an
interesting that
appropriate spot.
you would bring that up because we've been hearing similar stories about how people that Harsal doesn't like just go away. They just disappear.
Yeah, you're not the first ship to arrive. The last ones were just brigands and treasure hunters, and he didn't even give them the time of day. He had the droids fire. I don't know if you've seen them. Some of the droids are outfitted with rocket tubes, and they blew the ship up. I don't even know where it's at, but the ship was blown up, and them along with it. Perfectly good working ship, and he destroyed it so that no one could leave the planet.
Hmm.
Tali, I'm thinking we should get back to our ship
offends me.
tonight.
Yeah.
He did tell us that there was no landing pad when there obviously was one.
Yeah.
Well, there's not a landing pad. There's a hangar. The up the ladder. The ship that's in there, though, you wouldn't be able to get your ship in with the shuttle that's in there.
In any case, I turn to the rest of the group. Do you think that during the night tonight he's going to try to go back and blow up our ship? Plural.
No, I don't see that being the case with y'all. Y'all aren't here simply seeking the treasure and looking to get rich. He needs you. He needs to get word back to Isotech on the outside. So
Okay.
I don't see him blowing up your ship. And I
So
don't see him trying to steal the ship because I don't see him leaving. So I very much assume that he's going to send y'all off to do.
But he blew up the last ship that was here, and that could have been how he got word to Isotech.
Yeah, it wasn't too long after we got here, though. I think as time has gone on, he's got more desperate. When
that
we
makes
first
sense.
got here, he was very much hoping that the message pod he sent out meant that help was on the way. So when pirates showed up, he saw no reason to strike in our lot with them.
Thank you for all this information. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I've probably said more than I should, but again, hopefully, if it comes down to it, I can get a ride out of here, and he'll kind of scurry off. And
we
head
leave
towards the
tomorrow?
generator.
Good luck grabbing those grenades. I wish you the best of luck.
Okay.
I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Ugh. I roll my eyes.
Zamira,
Oh,
the
sorry. Never mind.
ship up there looks like super broken. Like there's panels open and wires dangling out and pieces missing.
Wait, did that person
Definitely.
leave already?
Sorry,
Because I wanted to say that if they got me a speeder bike, they can go on my ship.
We all have different prices.
Yeah, I'm just gonna steal an entire broken speeder bike. Yeah, they're gone. There are other people running around though, so y'all can try to con the entire camp into rebelling mutiny against Harsal.
Well, he came
Um,
up to us. We're not trying to incite anything. We're just offering answers.
Of course.
It's just the implication.
Because of the implication.
They
Uh,
definitely should say no, or they won't say no.
Sam, you are in the repair shop with Runa, who is a middle-aged human. She was an apprentice droid mechanic from the sound of it when the ship crashed, but here in the jungle, you don't have to be a hero to step, or you don't have to step forward to be a hero. Everybody else just has to step back. So she's on droid duty.
I'm gonna look around the shop. Closest one to me. What's like a droid that's being worked on? Like looks pretty banged up. I want to see if I can just like walk over to it and give it a couple of like quick fixings.
So you're looking for the most damaged one, or one that you can clarify that? You said the one that looks most banged up. So I didn't know if you were trying to fix the shittiest one, or if you wanted to find one that was 75% good and get it up and working.
Let's go with a 75% good one and see if I can get it up and running.
Sure. Most of the stuff in here is B1s, just because by far B1 battle droids is the stuff they have the most of. There is an astromech, kind of ripped apart over on one end, and then there's one of those stupid little what you call it, the Treadwell droids from the hangar bay.
Mouse droids.
Yeah, no. There was one of them in the Sandcrawler in episode 4. I linked it when we were back on the wheel because it's just a multi-tool droid basically. So it's got screwdrivers and hammers and sockets and all kinds of stuff. There's one of those bad boys. The easiest thing to fix is probably just going to be one of the B1 droids. A couple of them have an arm off, or a part of its hand is broken off, and it's right there with it. Some of them are mechanically intact, but it looks like you might need to reset them or tinker with the wiring or something, but like the actual chassis is all there.
Okay. I'll take a stab at a couple of them then. If they're not like that banged up and it's just like simple stuff, I'll go around and see which ones I can quickly fix.
Sure. You can make a couple of mechanics check. Most of the stuff here, it seems like the tough bit is going to be lack of supplies and of good tools. Not so much that it's unrepairable work, as you might need to take a guy who's at 25% and use him to fix the 75% or the 52% or whatever, call it like you will. You might end up having one less droid in order to have 3 working droids.
I think that's fine considering they don't have many supplies and they need droids, obviously. So I think that's fine.
Sure. Roll a D100 and then make 3 mechanics checks, 2 at hard and 1 at average.
I am the greatest fucking mechanic in the world.
Woo!
Nice.
If that was the case, you would not be sitting at half your total wounds.
All right, look, I can only repair myself so much, and I have to use like emergency packs and shit like that. Like, the system doesn't just allow me to just be like, I'm prepared.
Okay, it'll take you the better part of an hour, but you can get one of the battle droids up and going, and off on his next great adventure in battle droid land. The next one you can get on and working. He's being kind of funky though. Like, it seems like you need to do a turn it off and turn it back on because your mouse is lagging. Like, he's just not all there. You're not sure if he received damage at some point in the past that just wrecked his systems or what. But it's on, and Runa thinks that she can tinker with it and get it going from here. But she's super appreciative of your help. And
Yeah. Also, I haven't said anything to Runa. I just walked in and started working. Like I didn't say anything to her.
I can appreciate that. You're fixing shit. She will gladly stand back and let you fix shit. But yeah, so in an hour, you can get one up and going. An hour and a half sees one turning on and functioning, but you're not satisfied with it, basically. And if you want to spend more time, you can get the third one going. But I'm letting you know that at an hour and a half of in here, you're at an hour and a half of in here tinkering in order to get that much. So the party will be off having other adventures.
That's fine. I'm also going to. Does she have like a computer nearby or something like that? Like something that
It
she uses to like catalog data?
doesn't say anything here, but sure.
Yeah, data pad, a computer, whichever.
Yeah, she's gonna have some kind of that stuff in here. I don't see any specific reference to it, but she'll have a couple of data pads.
Okay,
Some
no,
kind
I'm
of
just
terminal at each of the repair things. There'll be some sort of diagnostics.
okay. I'm gonna go to one of the data pads, and I'm gonna just start. I'm gonna start putting in some information about basically how to modify the droids to also be able to intake alcohol, and then I'll start explaining it to her. Um, with the conditions of this planet and the way that you guys live, if you could find enough fermented fruits, you could use it and actually power the droids and save yourself oil and other resources. And so I'm basically gonna same modification that I did to myself. I'm gonna basically show her like how to do it in case she wants to. Just because.
In case she wants to be stuck in a hole in a jungle surrounded by drunk B1 battle droids.
They don't get drunk. They run off of this shit. All right. Look, we made this canon in the first episode. Okay, I run off of alcohol, and in a jungle.
You said like Futurama, and you're telling me there's no drunk robots on Futurama?
No, they don't get drunk unless they stop drinking alcohol. Ha ha.
Yeah, he's stone cold sober.
So, haha. So as long as they have alcohol, they won't get drunk. Yeah. That's a sentence that makes perfect sense.
Got it. So, Zamira, you're up on a cliff. There's a broken down shuttle in a hangar and a bunch of guns pointed off into the jungle.
What? What did you say at the end? You like cut off.
I don't know what's wrong with Discord tonight. You're up on a cliff. There's a hangar with a busted up shuttle and a bunch of guns pointed off into the jungle. Like auto cannons.
Okay, does it like, I don't know, they're all like automatic, so if like we tried to sneak in at night, they'd like notice and kill us?
You don't see any of them actually moving or, sweeping back and forth or anything. So you're not sure. There's one nearby you could go check out if you want to take a look at them.
Sure, I'll poke at it.
Sure, I can do that. As soon as I find out what damn page it's on. Each automated blaster emplacement is custom built. It's built using a repeating. This one is built using a repeating heavy blaster rifle. There's various kind of sensors and cameras on it, so it looks like you said, if someone was sneaking up, it would sense them, turn, and begin firing the blaster rifle. But this one does not look like it's functioning. And the blaster is not charged, so the blaster is basically dead, empty clip. Looks more like it was left here to be scary rather than actually do anything these days.
So, like, if I look around for the whole camp that I can see, does it kind of just look like a lot of this is for show, or like?
Yeah, it looks like they had defenses, especially all this stuff up here. It looks like they had defenses and stuff set up here a long time ago, and at this point they just do not have the supplies to keep it going. So it's here for show because there's no benefit in climbing all the way up here to dismantle it. The sentry towers down on the actual wall were manned by armed battle droids when you came in, so those very much did work.
Okay. Does anyone else like have anything they want me to like look at?
From where you're at, can you see somebody stealing a speeder bike?
Or grenades.
Can I see Kodo stealing speeder bikes?
No, one of the
No, I'm not
survivors.
stealing them. The whoever it was that talked to us, they're either stealing speeder bikes or stealing grenades. Either way, they're getting off this planet. I feel it. I'm just hoping that they're stealing speeder bikes.
We're rooting for them.
Yeah,
Woohoo.
they got all of my support except my actual like physical support. Thoughts and prayers.
So Zamira pokes her head up on a cliff for 20 minutes or so, and then Kartala's gonna come out of the bunks, and we'll see the three of y'all. I'm guessing Kodo, you're with Tali and Sergeant Volcano.
Yeah.
So Kartala's gonna say, we moved some stuff around, and we have enough bunks in the first building. Some folks are gonna clear out some more space in the second building, so after dinner there should be enough beds for the 6 of you.
Thanks,
Wait.
much appreciated.
And when she says 6 of you, she's gonna kind of notice that there's only 3 of you. Wait, not 6 of you, 5 of you, because counting is hard if you include the DM.
I'm just looking everywhere but at her. I'm like kicking my feet at the dust and looking all around. Just not in her general direction.
Okay.
That's not suspicious.
She already noticed there's only 3 of us.
Does anyone say anything to that comment, or are you just leaving suspicious man? It's body language to deal with it.
I'll start
Say
humming to
anything?
myself.
Did she actually say anything to us, or did she kind of let it go?
She said, there will be room for the 6 of you. Wait, where's the rest of you?
Do 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 do.
Oh,
Bathroom.
I think probably getting fixed up. Our droid
Did
was
you just
over-
say the droid went to the bathroom?
Yes. We all know he likes it there.
In this one case, it actually makes sense.
Kodo, make a deception check. Let's see what Kartala's got. Don't roll yet. I'll tell you what it actually is.
Okay,
Who's rolling? Anybody?
I am.
Probably
Kodo-
at disadvantage
Kodo
because Tally was
blurted
telling
out
the truth at the same
bathroom.
time.
Yeah, there you go. I was trying to be as truthful
Please
as
don't be
possible.
too hard because my deception is not very strong.
Call it 2 red.
Too red. Not that bad.
Got that light side point.
Just making sure that I.
Light side point's not gonna help.
Okay, fuck it. I'll burn a dark side point and add a
Oh no.
despair.
Oh, that looks bad. Even the icon is like menacing.
All of the good icons are pointy, right? Right?
Advantage is kind of fluid.
On the dice, all the good icons are black and all the bad icons are white. There's that.
That helps. I guess they are in the pictures too.
Yeah. I'm reading through to see if there's anything in Kratala's section real quick. I was not expecting a despair, but I feel that a despair should be, you know, worthwhile.
Seems like something that you should take into consideration. But I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. You are the GM after all.
Can I use my triumph earlier to cancel out this despair?
Possibly. Oh, she's got all kinds of cool stuff she can do.
Oh no. Can she steal a speeder bike?
She gets bonuses while fighting alongside wild animals.
Now that is a cool thing.
The speeder bike will help her get off the planet, though.
It's true.
Let's actually pause for a water and restroom break because I need to refill my water and figure out where in this book it tells me what to do if y'all start lying to Kurtala and Harsel.
I mean, it was more of a joke than a lie.
I specifically.
It was definitely a lie. I 100% was lying and 100% was serious about it.
You're killing us, Rick.
Yeah,
First you roll the
not
despair,
yet.
then you tell the truth about it. Be right back.
Take your time.
I'm gonna go get a bowl of cookies.
Ah, okay. I found the section.
I will be back.
Okay, I'm gonna refill my water and I'll be right back.
I am back with Cookie Crisp.
Ooh, Cookie Crisp.
Yeah.
What?
That is my food.
I came back to Cookie Crisp.
Because I have Cookie Crisp.
That's cool.
I was supposed to have an awesome dinner tonight, but then everyone changed their plans multiple times. So now I'm having Cookie Crisp. Because, like, the original plan was, oh, Dom and Yoshi are visiting from Seattle, and we're going to go to Pizza vs. Burrito tonight. And I was like, okay, that's why I originally said I couldn't make the game. And then last night, without anyone telling me, I was just like, oh, hey, looking forward to doing the thing tomorrow. And then I was like, oh, right, yeah, we're not doing that because they want to stay in Novato. So Eric's going to go hang out with them in Novato. And I'm like, don't really want to do that. And Danielle goes, yeah, I don't want to do that either. I'm going to stay home. I was like, cool. That means I can play the game, which is when I told you, like, hey, people change plans. I'm back in. Cool. And then Danielle says, well, Lenka's going to be out here, and Lenka and I still want to go to Pizza vs. Burrito. This was like maybe 20 minutes after I said that I be in the game. And she's like, so we can just all go ourselves. To which I said, well, kind of already changed my plan and went back to being in the game, and I don't want to be like, oh, false alarm again. But I was like, but y'all can go grab me something, and then we'll eat it, and I'll hang out after the game is over. She goes, yeah, cool. That sounds like a good plan. Sweet. Then I come home from work. Nobody's here. And I text her. I text Danielle. I'm like, oh, hey, you got a Pizza vs. Burrito? And Danielle goes, oh, yeah, we just left 15 minutes ago. And I thought, oh, that means they just left to go there. And I was like, sweet, get me a blah, 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 blah. She goes, oh, no, I mean, we're heading to Novato. What? Oh, yeah, Lenka just wants to go hang out with Tosh. So we're going to Novato. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm glad people keep me informed.
You have shitty friends, and you should get better friends. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, but
It's like
those things I just said.
I don't understand it.
I do. You have shitty friends, and you should get better friends.
It's
Kritala
true.
is talking to Tally. Is Tally back?
Hello.
Oh, hi. Based on the despair and the blurted out bathroom and whatnot, over here. Kritala's just gonna say, look, I know Harsal has been less than transparent with you, but you don't really have to lie to me. I get it. You're being cautious. We're being cautious, but we both kind of need each other to be at least semi-transparent in this particular matter. And Harsal may be in charge, but I'm the one you need to not piss off, because this whole operation hinges on me and my research. So let's all be on the same team here, eh?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Thank you for your transparency.
Okay, but what I meant was, where's the bathroom?
I mean, it's the woods.
Okay, just double checking.
How unsanitary.
And then I look back to Kurtala. Sam, the droid, is actually in the droid repair shop right now. And Zamira saw this lovely little ladder, so she's just checking it out up there, looking around at the surroundings, and she'll be right back down.
Yeah, there's an old hangar up there. We built it when we first set up this place. We moved from our first encampment. We had a small shuttle from the Sun on the Ore. It wasn't ready for space flight, but we did manage to get it here. But since then, it's just become more trouble than it's worth, and is completely shit the metaphorical bed at this point.
Mm. Okay.
It's something that we could probably get out of the way if we want to make that into a full-time hangar. We could probably get your ship in there, but depending on what it is y'all are trying to take back with you, we'll adjust whether y'all want to land there or try to get somewhere closer to the actual ground level.
Yeah, that's a
That's
good question. We're not really sure what all we're going to be taking back yet. Um, I think Harstal possibly mentioned, correct me if I'm wrong, that we're going to help him with the vault,
well, the
possibly.
vault of the Sonala ore is still unreachable with the tools that we have, so we're looking once supply lines are set up to begin cutting operations, and so that we can divert the water that's currently flooding the lower levels of the ship, that sort of stuff, to get to the actual treasury part, or the actual treasure part of the treasury ship.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of only half the story, remember? The other half being my research and my work. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to establish connections with various black markets and off-world locations who are willing to pay for not just my research, but I mean, I'm sure somebody out there needs a cybernetically enhanced Nexu and is willing to pay for it.
I'm sure you're right. I actually was telling Harsal too that I do have some connections in the black market, so I might be able to help you guys out there, but I suppose that is down the road a little bit.
Right. At this point, we need to, all of us, get Harsal in a better mood, and we need to figure out
Mm.
exactly what it is you will be leaving with and what is expected in return from that. I know y'all are simply hired by Isotech, and I'm not sure whether your contract ends upon delivery back to them, or whether you're looking for more long-term work, but our goals are certainly set on the long term here, as if 20 years was not enough.
Gotcha.
Is there anything in particular your employer was looking to have as proof? Or is there anything that we can do to help ensure that Isotech holds up their end of the bargain to prove that we've done ours?
I know the answer to that.
Out of character, Leah, you have like proof that Harsal's alive, and you have, clear proof of the
Mhm.
camp and stuff, and that's kind of like she said in character. That's half the story. The other half is proving that Kurtala is alive, ready, willing, and that her work is worth Isotech's time. So you need some sort of like either her research notes or like an animal that she's modified or something. You don't you don't have to. Harsal, or not Harsal, Riom's initial like, I'll give you X for X, X, and X in terms of reward. The more shit you bring back, the more money you get. But you also, in game terms, know the more shit you bring back, the more he pays off your obligation with the pikes. So, like,
Oh, okay.
bringing back a sticky note and a portrait of Harsal and Kurtala, okay, that meets the requirements of the objective, but bonus points for, you know,
Yeah,
Cliff
I mean,
Notes version of Kurtala's notes,
mhm.
a modified creature is going to get you more brownie points. Um,
Okay.
Proof that the Sanala ore treasure was found, and y'all don't have anything now currently, but there might be, pieces of the actual ship to help to prove that like this was the deal. So anything that you can do to sweeten the deal, basically, in character and out of character is going to get you more rewards.
Okay. Well, Kratala, we have one of Harsel's like dog tags basically. And so we're going to be able to prove that we found him, that he's alive and well. But we don't really have a way of proving necessarily that you are alive and well. I guess Sam did take some of the cybernetics off of one of the Nexu that we killed. Is there anything you'd be able to give us in ways of like some of your notes from your research?
Her eyebrows going to go up when you mentioned that Sam took cybernetic Nexu parts.
Oops.
Yeah, you get a solid read on that one. But when you finish, you're like, is there anything you could give us sentence? She is like the most deadpan, not even fucking joking. She looks you dead in the eyes and says, you want a Nexu?
Yes.
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 Do they have like mini Nexus that I could have it like a pet?
Look, it's on
Can
your
we name it
shoulder.
Georgie?
Oh my
Is Nexu
gosh.
just a funny name for a speeder bike?
Little kitten Nexu.
Oh.
Tiny little baby Muse. Followed by much of the dyings. Back in
Yeah,
character.
actually, that'd be great if we could get a Nexu. We could probably outfit a little area of our ship's cargo hold or something in order to have
It
it
can sleep with me.
in a cage or something.
Yeah, it might take some work to get your ship landed here in the retreat. We can probably find something close enough nearby, depending on what it is exactly that you flew here in. But we can certainly transport one of the modified Nexu as proof that not only does my research hold up, but that I can practically implement it and that it functions and works even on a creature as deadly as a Nexu. And I think that's going to be proof enough that I'm willing to go the lengths that I promised originally in our dealings with Ropak.
Awesome. That'll be great.
It's certainly not something that we can do today. Depending on how things go, either tomorrow or the next day, I'm sure we could have a landing site cleared out and one of them ready for transport. So it might hold you here a couple of days to ensure that it gets aboard safely. But no, I wouldn't call it more than a day and a half at the longest.
Okay, might have to think about that one for a little bit. We'll probably.
Again,
I look at the rest of the guys like, what do you guys think?
They're behaved, and I have some semblance of controlling them, but I can't actually control them. It's not simply a matter of opening the cage and saying, okay, go get on the ship, and it doing that. But
yeah,
depending on the Nexu and where we can get your ship, it's certainly doable, and we can always just transport it in a smaller cage.
It can
Okay.
sleep with me.
I guess we could also do like just holograms of Kratala and Harsal and to prove that they're there.
It's true, but then you don't have a cybernetically enhanced Nexu in the Garo hold.
Okay, something to think on.
She have like
Holograms can be fake.
cybernetically enhanced squirrels or something? 'Cause they really want a
They
pet.
did have smaller stuff. Maybe we should take one of the smaller ones.
They
mean,
do
she could
have
do some work
one of
on
those
me.
little rat things that y'all first attacked. There was totally one of those in the laboratory.
We'll take that too. Throw it in with the Nexu. Bundle it up.
It's a twofer.
Art of the deal.
Okay. And at this point, she's gonna, lead y'all back. I'm assuming Zamira has probably come down the ladder at this point. Y'all are going to do like dinner with the fam, and shut down for the evening. Is there anything else people are particularly looking to do? Is there anyone y'all are particularly wanting to talk to? It's very much freeform on y'all, like how long y'all spend in this camp, what you do while you're in this camp, whether you help with more droid repair and more speeder bike repair and foraging or any of that stuff. Totally ball in your court. What do we do?
Well, now I want to go back to the Nexu cage and pick out which one we're gonna get.
You can either have
I'm guessing it's-
Like a
Tinkerbell
puppy
or
sergeant.
Flufferina, but you can't have Dr. Snuggles just yet. His butt's wrapped up in a bandage.
Yeah, but didn't you say that the other two weren't? They didn't have any cybernetics,
This is true.
weren't they?
The two out
Yeah.
there did not have cybernetics.
Oh God, that means we're gonna have to go back to the ship and capture one of the ones that's in there.
All right, we're taking the little rat thing.
Y'all can bring up the ship is already near the Sunala ore, and it's just a matter of getting the one in the Sunala ore aboard your ship, and then you don't have to fly your ship here. That is a conversation that you can have with Kurtala.
I guess that would make sense. As soon as you say it, it's like, oh yeah, that's obvious. Well, Kurtala, you know, we actually have our ships pretty close by to the Salnala ore where we ran into your Nexu first. So there is a chance that we'd be able just to get that Nexu onto our ship.
Oh, you mentioned your droid had the parts from them. I assume that meant that they had all been dispatched. Some of them survived. Yes, one of them did.
Yeah, two of them did.
Yeah, I think
One-
two did.
one-
Well, one did, but we were told by Harsal that there was at least one more.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There should be 2 alive and 2 dead.
Perfectly balanced.
Actually, what if we
Let's
just
go next to
brought
hunt.
back a dead one?
Yeah,
Like, that'd
that's
be
true.
easier to deal with, and
my God.
frickin' we could still show that they had the cybernetics.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it probably smells.
Technically,
And it won't cuddle
Technically,
as
that-
nice.
that bullet in the book does not say unalive cybernetically equipped Nexu.
Yeah, and if we take a cybernetically enhanced Nexu with us on the ship, and during hyperdrive, it gets a fucking wild hair up its ass and starts killing everybody, there's not really much we're gonna be able to do about it.
Well, that's why it'll be in your ship.
And that's why I'll be flying in your ship, as long as you don't hit any more asteroids.
Questions, comments, and concerns for Harsal, or do you try and get any survivors off to themselves and talk about stuff?
I did want to get Kratala alone for a little while, whenever there's
Oh.
a moment.
Oh.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Well, we're
Bow,
probably
chicka,
all going
bow, wow.
I
to...
want to see what that thing do. You know,
And by that thing, he means the eye.
I did actually mean the eye.
Well, I know we want to go eat soon anyway, so...
Yeah, I mean, y'all can do that, and we can just say that Kurtala brings the group of y'all around towards HQ as Sam's kind of coming out. Y'all have had time to, like, drop your stuff off in the bunks where you're going to be sleeping, and Sam and Kurtala can have the 34 seconds or whatever it is he needs.
Yeah, so whenever they start walking in, I just go up and, Miss Kratala, may I talk to you for a moment?
I don't see why not.
I was curious if you could show me your research stations. I was wanting to see some of your work if I could.
Sure. Most of my current experiments are housed in the laboratory. A few of the creatures out in the outside pens show some of the work, and I'm sure your companion said that you met the Nexu aboard the main hull. But
Yeah,
if you
I tap on my chassis and there's still like claw marks from when I got lightning clawed.
Monster Energy drink logo on your chest.
Pretty much.
Sure, if you walk through here, and she's going to lead you into the labs where all the cool kids were exploring earlier. And like I said, you see there's a couple of different droids overseeing a few experiments. There's several smaller labs down one side, and then a surgery room, and then there's a larger laboratory with a small supply closet off the side of it, as well as a small like server data center room off on. So main lab, supply closet, data room on one side, smaller labs all down the other side, ending in the surgery room, which still has the like surgery droid, which is one of those big, tall, cylindrical, 15 different arms surgery droid units.
Right.
Are
I said-
Dexter and Dee Dee in the labs?
No, just Dexter and Dee Dee had to get out of the laboratory.
Yes.
I miss that show so much.
What does this button do?
Whenever we get into the labs, is she like showing me around, or is she just?
Did you want to talk to
Waiting.
Dexter?
Are we talking? Is there a guy named Dexter here?
I mean, sure. One of Cortala's research staff is now named Dexter. It's canon. I said it.
Okay. No, I'm mostly since Cortala is the expert. That's the only one that Sam really cares about talking to.
Okay, well, we're still going to have this moment. You open the door, you step in, and the guy's right there, and Cortala's going to be like, oh, yeah, this is my assistant, Dexter. And he turns to you and he says, omelette du fromage. I got references.
Yes.
My reference sensors overload for half a second, and then I click back into normal. And I just go. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, is there, Cortala would say, is there any particular questions you had about my research? Is there something specific you were hoping to see? The crowning glory, of course, is the Nexu, and you've clearly had a run-in with them, but some of the smaller creatures, while they may not be gladiatorial pit fighters or terrible hunters or big game opponents, you'd be
Or
surprised,
philanthropists.
what you could outfit, whatever the hell those rat squirrel things were called. They make great spies and listening units, because who suspects the fucking squirrel rat thing?
Is the squirrel rat thing called the Spanish Inquisition?
No.
I want to take
Well-
one and name it Spanish Inquisition.
Based on the
Nobody will expect it.
I just say, based on the fact that your research is highly cybernetic enhancements on humanoids, I was mostly curious about how, if you do any work with synthetic skin grafting, and again, I was still looking for ways to more accurately enhance my chassis and other appendages.
She will tell you about the synthetic skin, whatever the actual item is in the core book. I'm too lazy to go look right now. You and I discussed it during character generation.
Right.
She will explain that she has used that before. Certain folks, when they get cybernetics, prefer to keep the humanoid appearance. They want it even after having an arm or a leg replaced or having upgrades done to their face or whatever. They want to maintain the subtlety and still look like their natural selves. So I have used the synth skin in the past. I just do not have any of it here.
Oh, I expected as much as far as that was concerned. I was just curious if you had any insight on.
Oh, it's
proper
definitely something
application.
I've worked with before. A lot of my work recently has been on non-humanoids and more beast work, but I've definitely done work on humanoids and had it in play. I've not done too much with droids, of course. Is Bytor in a microwave, or what are we listening to?
Yeah, how do you
here?
manage that one? He hit. Yeah.
Is that actually my mic was muted?
No, it wasn't.
No.
No.
We heard
Sorry.
all that, son.
It was muted, like the
Nope.
light was on. Sorry.
No, you're good. She tells you that she hasn't done much work with droids because she deals with cybernetics, which, of course, implies starting with a living being and then making it more mechanical. She hasn't done the reverse, but I mean, the science is more than likely a lot of the same kind of stuff.
Well, what was the main focus of your research? Because from what I've seen and from what we've been told so far, it seems that it's mostly weapon based.
Not necessarily. And she'll indicate like her augmentation across her face, and say, this sort of stuff is right up my alley as well. I augmented my eyes to help me with my surgeries and stuff like that. So anything from data storage ports to enhanced vision to better reflexes, all things that do in fact help in combat, but not necessarily solely combat. The work that I've done here has all been to help protect us against threats in the jungle, so of course it has been highly combat focused, but with proper supplies and reason to mess with the more quality of life style enhancements. I could very well handle any of that.
That's interesting. I've been curious about upgrading my weapon systems for a while, so I've been trying to find more and more experts to get better insights from. Most of what I know that I was self-taught or was already based within my programming when I was built.
Just for your own information, here in the lab, there's a couple of different cybernetic things that you can get the gist of the stuff that she's modified. Several of the creatures have the energized claws, like the Nexu that you ran into. So several creatures with lightning claws. Some of them just have entire limbs replaced, be it both legs or both arms or what. Clearly makes them stronger, faster. Robotic legs don't get tired. Several of them their eyes have been replaced with small sensors that look like the sort of sensors you've seen before, that would be able to, you have the binoculars and shit, so you would know that it would allow for vision on various wavelengths, infrared, ultraviolet, and would be, better vision.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to her for a little bit longer. I don't want to hold everybody up, but yeah, he's basically
No.
just trying to get like a better like insight into what he can, I mean, already I guess in mechanically do, but like as I wrote the character, like he's still, like learning stuff. So
Okay.
yeah.
Anything anyone else has?
I'm good.
Cool.
I'm also good. I was muted that time.
Night will pass without incident, and dawn will happen the next day. So go ahead and take your rest. Y'all can upgrade characters, XP. You probably already have, but it is the next day. And I got some stuff. Is there anything y'all want to do immediately aside from get the fuck out of here?
Did anyone show up with grenades overnight?
No one showed up with grenades, no. Did you want to keep an eye out for that guy, or did you want to try and talk to folks like last night?
I don't want to seek anyone out and ask them for grenades. I just want them to come to me with grenades. Unarmed grenades, not live grenades.
We recover all strain from rest, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm reading the next morning thing. Barring anything else y'all want to do, y'all are the next morning, once y'all are up and out and about, kind of after breakfast time, IT3 and Captain Harsall are gonna come be bopping up. So anything y'all want to do before more of that?
I'm good.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
IT3 and Riom's going to come up, and IT3 being, or not Riom, sorry, I was reading the word Riom. IT3 and Harsal are going to come running up, and IT3 being the jerk that he is going to blurt out stuff first and say, look, I know yesterday was rather hectic and stuff, but we will really want to make sure that we smooth things out between the survivors here in the camp and Riom and Isotech. Riom is clearly the best option for the stuff we had laid in place when all of this got going. I know, unfortunately, Ropak is no longer with us, but that shouldn't deter Riom from this clearly profitable business proposition. So I think that the group of y'all are our best bet, and I've been talking to Captain Harsal about it, and he agrees. He's clearly hesitant to trust folks, and he's concerned that people are going to want to try and see this as a chance to escape. But I think this is the best bet for all parties involved. I see you've been talking to Miss Kratala a lot, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way, yes?
Seems
I'm
to
sure
be
the
for
feeling is good.
moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They really put things in weird orders here. You get to the end of a paragraph and you're like, okay, do the thing, and then you start the next paragraph and you're like, oh, that would have been fucking handy. So Harsal is gonna say, well, let's meet with Kratala and get hashed out what it is exactly you all are taking back to Raxus Prime to get things squared away. I, I I haven't spoke with her since yesterday, but clearly some sort of proof of her work would do best with smoothing things over with Isotech. So let's figure out exactly what it is y'all are comfortable taking, or she's comfortable with parting with, and let's get everything sorted out. And the group of y'all are going to meet Kratala in the labs.
The laboratories.
The laboratories. And Harsal's going to say, that stuff to Kratala, and Kratala's going to say, yeah, we were talking about it yesterday. I had mentioned them possibly taking one of the Nexu still aboard the main hull, based on where their ships are located. I was led to believe that that's the best option in terms of showing one of my best works. There are several of the smaller creatures they could take, of course, and she'll kind of motion around to, there's the smaller rat things, there's some kind of lizard monster you hadn't met yet. You still haven't seen any tree octopi, but maybe they're just really hard to get without getting some danger hugs. What do y'all feel is appropriate?
Well, the more information we bring back with us, the more our payment is, and the better compensated that we become. So it seems that a Nexu would probably be the best bet. However, it's also the most dangerous on our part because we have to somehow keep it sedated and calm during the entire trip.
Okay. Well, and Katala's gonna like hold up a finger and kind of jog down the hall real quick, and she'll tinker around with the surgery droid for a moment, and then come jogging back, and she'll have a small data pad, and say, I can provide a very limited scope of my research, and that should be enough to keep potential partners interested, but clearly it's missing pieces. I want to ensure my my position is well protected and that I'm needed, and that y'all don't just take this and cut us out. But you can have a copy of my research, and then if you don't feel like going back to the main hull and hunting a Nexu, and she'll kind of motion over towards the rat squirrel thing with cybernetic eyes. It's not particularly fearsome or impressive, but it clearly shows that even with rudimentary gear, I can certainly do fine work.
Okay, I'll put the edited like notes into my trench coat.
Yeah, Star Wars trench coats.
Thanks, Cortella, for trusting us with this. We'll make sure it stays very safe.
Okay. Harsal is actually going to lead you back out into the HQ, and he's going to ask you to wait for a moment. He says, I got something that might help sweeten the deal. And he's going to step off into his little side quarters office area there. And he's going to be a few moments. The door is left open if anyone wants to look in to see what he's doing. Otherwise, a moment later, he's going to emerge. Is anyone snooping on what Harsal's doing?
Is anybody sneaky?
I like snooping.
I am not a sneaky person.
You're
Me
small,
neither.
so you might be able to.
This is Sergeant Volcano's moment.
I win.
Cool. You peek around the door, and Harsal is like knelt down in front of an old battered safe, kind of tucked over in the corner, and he spends a moment putting the code in and everything, and he opens the safe, and in that safe.
Do I see the code?
No, you don't see the code. He was mostly done when you looked around the corner, but you do see that it's not mechanical. It's a computer, like it's not a spin dial lock.
Right.
He opens the safe, and in the safe there are a couple different shelves. It's a smaller safe, but there's still different divider shelves. Down on the bottom are 2 rows of precious metal bars. The middle row has an ammo box and a bandolier of grenades, and there's several documents and stuff. Just, you're looking from the door, so you can't see anything other than just pile of paper. And he's going to grab 4 of the precious metal bars off the bottom, set them on the floor, and then shut the safe and lock it, and then pick up the bars and come out.
What a jerk.
And assuming that you're not still peeking through the door once he starts heading that way, he's going to approach the group in the headquarters and say, he's going to show you that they have the stamps, basically the symbols in the top of them showing that they were minted by the separatists, and say, here's proof of the treasure that's actually aboard the Son of the Ore, and proof that you were here at the wreck. So this should show that you not only have Cortalla's research, but that there was treasure aboard the ship when we left, and that we need help getting into the vault. So this should more than help ensure that both ends of our original deal are held up. We have the cybernetics, and we have the funds and treasure of the CIS. So we very much are willing to set up this deal.
He gave us 4 bars.
4 precious metal bars.
Nice.
Good thing we only need 1 to prove we were there.
Aha.
We just got paid.
You say to yourself and not out loud.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, this should be more than enough, guys. Are you ready to go?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yes, please, let's get off of this godforsaken planet.
Right now, you leaving?
We need an armed escort as well.
Most of my men have arms.
All right, they will
Are
escort
they
us.
bare arms?
Droid arms. Okay.
Droid arms are better than bear arms.
And
Oh,
some
you
of
would
those
say
Lapras
that.
too.
What was that about Lapras?
We need those to get us to our ships.
But we're being very nice about all this. We're talking like we're trying to be a little more gracious with him.
Negotiation?
Tali, go ahead and negotiate.
Oh no, not negotiations. What do you think?
For red and a
Purple or
purple? Yeah, 4 red and a purple.
4 red.
I
Yep.
might as well not even roll
That
it.
is.
I mean, we're not
Cool.
trying. We're just trying to be nice. Like I don't think. How's it?
Well, I
Are
mean,
we negotiating?
somebody was wanting an armed escort and the
That's what we
Lapras
got to come
monsters.
into the fort.
No, that was his armed escort and Lapras ride.
Well, Captain Harsel, I wanted to thank you for your hospitality, and I'm glad that everything worked out. We were able to find you, and I'm sure help will be on the way in just a few days' time once we get to our rendezvous point.
The good
I can
old
still
rendezvous.
try the negotiation, but I'm not going to do very well.
That's
If we
fine.
die on the way to our
I
ship,
was-
it's your fault.
If y'all want an armed escort and use of the monsters, it's going to take some negotiating. I say monsters, beast, whatever you want to call them.
I just wanted to feel guilty when we're attacked. That's all.
Use
Okay.
of the Lapras.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Remember,
Captain-
y'all had people that like walked here. There is a path.
Mhm.
It took all of an hour and some change. But let's roll a D100 and see what happens. Rick, you want high or low?
Say that again? I heard high.
High or low on this roll?
Ooh, go low.
Okay, you are the lucky winner. Things happen.
Oh no.
You ready for this?
Yes.
I'm still. Oh wait. We had a long rest, didn't we?
Yep,
Yeah.
everyone's long rested.
Okay, so that means we lose 2 wounds and all strain. I think was the thing.
Sure,
Yeah.
I don't know how to play this damn system.
Yay.
I don't have a character, so I don't remember what our characters had to do.
I'm pretty sure it's 2. I know you lose all strain. I think it's only 2 wounds that you lose though.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Yay!
And there was much
I'm not
rejoicing.
almost dead anymore.
Well, that's good, because y'all are like leaving out the gate when this next thing happens. And Rick picked low, so this next thing happens.
This sounds dangerous.
Yep, I'm
Maybe.
making sure that I have all of my notes in order here. Ooh, it says when your negotiation reaches maturation. That's a fancy word, book. Or when the PCs are in a tight spot. Okay, so y'all are like, the gates are halfway open, and y'all opted not for the armed escort and all that stuff. So Harsal is back in HQ. Kratala's out here, and there's a couple of survivors mulling around, and there's a few grumbles and whatnot that nobody's getting to leave with the group of y'all, and y'all are standing there as two guys and a couple of droids put the shoulder work into opening these giant metal gates, when suddenly everything around you shakes violently and there's a rumble of starship engines as a large craft passes low over the retreat. Leaves and unsecured items shake and fall to the ground. Survivors look at each other in horror. Some begin to panic and rush to hide or grab their weapons. You kept glimpses of the ship through the tree branches above as it crosses the retreat from the side of the bluff and looks for somewhere to land near the river. As the sounds of the engine diminish, it's replaced by a distinctive high-pitched squeal of small repulsor riffs. Everyone is welcome to make a hard perception check to identify the type of ship.
Is that 3 purple?
3 purple for a hard. There's some successes in there, I think.
Yay! I got 1 success.
Kodo had some trouble.
Ah, none of our pilots passed. What do y'all know about starships? Zamira
If it was a
and
piloting check, I could have helped you out.
yep, Zamira and Sam are able to catch better glimpses through the trees based on the canopy and stuff. And Zamira and Sam, you are aware that this is, drumroll, an Imperial starship equipped with scout troopers and speeder bikes. It is actually.
Damn.
Oh no.
It is
Speeder
actually.
bikes.
How do I not have this damn handout loaded? I'm a terrible DM.
Oh no,
Do
you
we know?
guys.
Is it like a really large ship, like holds a lot of people?
No, it's not super big.
Okay, good.
I seem to have deleted the handout, or it didn't save, or something. Let me grab this image for you while y'all are enjoying the reveal. Freaking over here uploading images in real time while we're streaming.
What? I said one thing.
What are you talking about? Am I breaking up again?
I got the. I think you said, "Am I breaking up?" But it really kind of just stopped after the breaking.
I'm sorry. I will disconnect from Discord. How about now?
I mean, that sounded all right.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, it's been working like 90% of the time.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes it'll like clip the last word or two that you're trying to say.
It's been doing that to Linus's as well, and I don't know if it's our internet because I'm streaming and all of us are playing and stuff, but I have like healthy internet, so I don't know.
I always blame you when the internet goes bad.
You should blame him.
It's usually his fault.
Did y'all see that?
Mhm.
Yes.
Uh huh.
Oh boy, that's a ship we can
Unfortunately.
steal right there.
It's I made it as a handout, not a ship and stuff, just so that y'all can see the image. But it is very much a small scout ship, and while Zamira and Sam see it, I'm going to say Zamira is probably not the most knowledgeable about Imperial crafts, so we'll give it to Sam on this one. And you know that it is a Skywatcher. Let me get the actual information now that I don't have my book open.
We're in big trouble, everybody.
Are we also in Little China?
It is a Senior Fleet Systems Skywatcher class deep space scout ship. And you know that they are often equipped with scout stormtroopers and a couple of wings, whatever the appropriate group nomenclature is for a group of stormtroopers on speeder bikes. Yeah, that bad boy rockets overhead, and everything's shaking, and leaves are rustling, and a few of those nets fall out of the trees, and metal stuff is falling off of the side of the buildings, and like one of the garage doors on the speeder bike garage breaks loose and reels all the way shut since it was held in a half open position, and shit's going nuts. What do you do?
Yell for everyone to take cover.
I instantly we're with Harsal right now, right?
Harsal had stayed back at HQ, and y'all were at the gate when this happened. If you turn and look, Harsal is no longer standing in front of the door.
This is bad on many different levels. If I'm found here I don't think that they'll let any of you live.
Oh, great. That's a chat we have to have later, Sam.
Zamira, based on your perception roll, I'm gonna let you see that noise you're hearing, that high-pitched whine. There's actually several small Iraq series probe droids working their way down through the canopy and kind of surveying the retreat in total. So they're kind of everywhere. I don't see an exact number of them, but there are several droids that are coming on down through the trees and scouting out the area. So it flew overhead. It dumped a whole buttload of small spider droid things out to kind of probe out the site, and they went off to go find a spot to land near the river where your ships are.
Can we shoot them?
The droids?
Yeah.
You definitely can.
You guys, let's shoot the droids.
Should we try to run back for a more defensible position and try to get help from everybody in the retreat?
How far away from our ships are we?
An hour walk.
We're
right?
still at the
An
hour. Yeah, we're
hour
still at the
march,
retreat.
yeah.
So we're just right outside the gate.
Like
Do we
the,
leave any sort of like talking device with them so we could like talk to them?
the ships?
We did not leave a comm link with them.
Or with who?
The people we just left.
Harsal and all of them.
I mean, no, they had receivers and stuff like that. And we can say that, again, y'all are close enough that you can fucking yell.
Yeah.
Okay, we yell.
You don't need to, because as if anyone needed it, an alarm begins sounding from the various sentry towers, and all the survivors are now brandishing some sorts of weapons. Some flee in terror and are rushing into various buildings or diving into previously hidden cellars. Like, they move a bush out of the way, and there was a trap door that leads down into a hidden basement. Others are following various battle droids to man the walls and sentry towers, and several probe droids, like I said, are descending through the trees that are chirping and scanning, and no one seems exactly to know what they need to do. So everyone's just scampering and making preparations, but this is clearly not something everyone was thinking was going to happen today.
I say we run and just leave them to it. They get in a fight, and then we can get off in our ships.
Okay.
I don't think that's a very good idea. If we
Says
take
the
off on
person
our-
who says if he gets caught, we all die.
Well, all right, maybe I'm being a little over dramatic. If I get caught, they will definitely kill me, or at least take me back to where I was made. And that's not something I'm willing to do. So
That's why we run.
We have a lot to catch up on, Sam. Okay, so run back. Oh, sorry. Go.
The kind of ship that they came in is much faster than ours, if I recall correctly. And if we try to run on a ship, they'll definitely catch us.
But we have two ships.
It is
What?
true. They can only
doesn't-
chase one ship.
Oh,
As
no.
true as that is, that does mean that somebody has to be left to get captured by the Empire, and that would not go well for whoever is the one left behind.
I vote Sam. Do we draw straws, or how does this work?
You guys were just ascot buddies. Thought you were.
And then he said I'm going to die just for knowing him.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Y'all are like the middle of this conversation,
we're-
out next to the farm field and stuff, and the droids have closed the gate, and everyone is scrambled, and y'all are having this argument, and Harsal comes running back out of the headquarters building, and he's wearing his blast vest again, the one he was wearing when y'all met. He wasn't wearing it, bebopping around here in camp. But he's got his blast vest on, and actually has an old beat-up helmet, and he's got that bandolier of old grenades strapped across his chest, and Yep, he's got the blaster rifle and everything, and he is fucking pissed. He's freaking out. He's panicked, and he's just changed a whole different color of red. And he points at you and says, "This is your fault. You led them here." And then like
Oh shit.
he doesn't even like get that sentence out, and then he has a change. You can kind of see it across his face even at this distance, and he goes, "No, this is my fault. I never should have brought you here." And he levels the blaster rifle at all of you.
God damn it, Sam! I told you not to lead him here.
Fuck that.
No, okay.
I didn't fucking do what?
I should have killed you like the others so long ago. We would have been safe. We would have been, and like, the gun is shaking in his hands, and you don't know whether it is fear or rage or both, but he's got a blaster rifle leveled at all of y'all, and he took a couple of steps closer, but
Okay.
I completely agree.
Okay.
This is all Sam's fault. Go ahead and kill him and get this over with. Sam, go with it. I'll fix you later.
Okay, so I'm gonna put my hands out. I don't have any weapon. As always, I just breeze right past that.
Yep.
Okay, calm down for a second. We didn't know they were coming either. We didn't lead them here. None of this is because of us. We're trying to help you. We should probably work together as a team right now and try to get rid of these. Are they just droids, right? For now.
Imperials, straight up
Imperials.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
like,
people
well,
on the
droids
ship are going to. Yeah, the people on. There's going to be human beings or humanoid species on the actual ship.
I'll just say
There-
threat.
There's a half dozen like probe droids floating overhead right now. But yeah, if you just say the threat.
I'll just say let's negate this new threat first, and then we'll move on from there.
Based on that, I will give you charm, leadership, or negotiate.
Is it really high number again?
It is 4 red. And you have a light side point if you want
This guy's so
to
stubborn.
upgrade one of your dice.
When I want to upgrade, all I do have to do is click the light side point once, right? And then my next click. Wait, how does that work?
I don't have a character sheet. Let me go look. There's like a.
No,
There should be a button that
Yeah.
just says use light side point, and then
Yeah.
it should do it for you.
Yep.
Motherfucker.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, let me
But-
do some reading.
You got some advantage.
You did
Yeah, I
got some
guess.
advantages.
Yeah. 4 red, yeah, that's a lot.
All right, so we kill Harsel and then we kill the Imperials.
I'd rather not kill Harsel though. If we don't have to.
I mean, I tried
He's
offering
just-
up Sam, and no one liked that idea.
Mm.
By the way, I have taken my ascot off and stomped it into the fucking dirt.
I said I would fix you later.
How would
Okay.
you like it if I blew
Friendship with Sam canceled.
How would you like it if I blew a hole through your skull and then told you I would fix you later?
Well, you can't fix me later. I actually can fix you later.
I could give
Um,
you cybernetic
Sam,
parts.
Sam, you're a droid. You're a droid. Just
I'm
throwing
just
that
as
out there.
alive as you are.
But you're much more fixable.
Kodo and Zamira, while they're having this argument and Tali's talking to Harsal, what are y'all doing?
I'm gonna start shooting the droids down.
Do you have a gun?
I think so.
Kodo?
What are you asking?
I
about a
do.
gun?
I have a blaster pistol.
I have a blaster.
Are you
Maybe.
going to shoot droids down too? Are you trying to help with this Harsal conversation? Or are you worried about the Ascot twins?
No, I'm down for shooting droids.
Okay. Probably one droid in medium range from you, and 2 or 3 in long range, and then a couple in extreme. from the group. So, Zamira, if you want to shoot at a droid, two purple average check for the closest one. Zamira
think I
fires into
missed.
the sky, and it takes out nothing but leaves.
Well,
Eleven.
someone was pointing a gun at me. I got flustered for a second.
Look, a distraction. Pew.
No, and I turned around and I yelled at Harsel, "Look, see, you made me miss. God damn it."
Kodo, were you doing anything?
Shooting, yeah. Rooting,
Well,
shooting.
Do it. Make
Red
sure
Dead
you
Redemption.
clear your dice pool. No boost or anything crazy.
And am I 2 purples? Yeah.
2 purples if you're shooting at the closest one. If you shoot any of the others, it's going to be 3 or more.
2 purples it is. Where's my thing to shoot my thing?
I'm coming back around, Tally. I
Bam.
swear. I was hoping that these jerks could help with the number of 4 failures up there. All right, so the Ascot brothers are yelling and screaming at each other. Zamira fires a bolt up through the trees. Kodo spins and fires a bolt, and one of these little droid guys comes falling. Let me... Oh. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. What's your charm, Tally?
3 yellow, 1 green.
Roll
She did upgrade it though.
No, I tried to. It didn't work.
Yeah, it said it used the point, but it didn't upgrade her roll. Roll a yellow die real quick.
Ooh. I know it's supposed to be easy, but what am I supposed to do for that?
Just make sure your dice pool is cleared, and then add 1 yellow and click roll.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go grab something off the internets. Eh,
Yeah,
not
that's
bad.
one less failure. I'll be right back. I need to grab a drink.
Alright, I was just grabbing you an image of these here probe droids. I'll load it into Roll20 at a later point. But these little guys are the ones you're looking at, and they have a small engine on the bottom of them, and they're kind of descending and just kind of scanning everything.
Spiders.
Spiders. Harsal is super pissed at y'all right now. Beyond pissed. But y'all start shooting down droids, and that's a benefit. And the situation is distracted because out from HQ behind him comes running Kratala, and his attention is turned from y'all to Kratala as Kratala comes running out this way and immediately bolts towards the cages. And she is wearing a backpack and carrying a blaster pistol, and she races over to the Nexu cages, opens the gate, and then locks herself inside one of the access enclosures in between all the pins, and she's holding the gate latch that opens the cage with one of the Nexu in it, the non-modified Nexu, and she's she yells at that one, and then she yells at the cybernetic Nexu in the next cage, and she yells to anger the unmodified Nexu, and then she turns to the one that had been bandaged, the cybernetic one, and says, "It's us or them, and I am not going to an Imperial prison." And then the group of y'all have y'all are at extreme out of earshot at this, or almost out of earshot at this point, but she is screaming at the top of the lungs, "I will not serve the Emperor." I'm not gonna scream into my mic, but yeah. She's definitely in there. She's ready to release a cybernetic Nexu out into the camp, and she is ready to open an untrained Nexu and release it upon herself.
Well, that would just make things worse.
Wait, so she's willing to kill herself instead of freaking.
She is willing to kill
Mhm.
herself.
She's got a
instead of-
blaster.
Blaster. I hardly know her.
Why bother with the next?
But we can hear her saying all
Yeah, I
this.
mean, she was
Ignore.
screaming. Y'all can ease over that way for sake of story. It's not a huge encampment, so
Yeah.
it's not
Did
as
Harsel
far
have
as
like
it
a
makes it look.
reaction? Did he register what she was saying?
Yeah, Harsel's kind of leaving y'all at this point. Like that's the important lady. So he's gonna start heading that way.
Okay.
I say we book it, guys.
You want to run away?
Yeah, let's get in our ships and go. The Imperial ship's going to be too busy with this fortress or camp to come after us.
I'm pretty sure they're just flying to our ships.
Oh, well, then we better protect them.
Yeah, and if all these people are captured, then we have no source of income. Like we get nothing for coming here.
We're getting paid by Rome.
No, we get paid by Rome for proof that these people are still alive and safe and willing to do the job that he wanted them to do. If
We have
that
the
is no
proof.
longer the case,
Point of note, y'all are on the jungle map now.
Mm-hmm.
You see the main hull and where y'all's ships are parked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ship flew overhead, kind of in this direction, and you last heard it like looking for places to land near the river. It did not head towards. Remember how far away y'all's ships are? It's like an hour walk.
Right.
So it flew overhead this way, and it was still within earshot the last time you heard it. Like loops isn't quite the correct term, but doing a sweep looking for a place to land. But it would be landing here, not there.
Gotcha.
You
Okay.
might have to do some sneaky through the jungle to get past it, but it's not parked on top of your two ships.
Well, we should try to evacuate then. Evacuate the retreat and get to our ships.
I don't think they're gonna want to do that.
Yeah, for some reason they wanted to
Yeah.
stay put.
If we want them to like not die, we're just gonna have to like stay here and fight with them.
yeah, I think our best option is to kill all the little scout droids and then hunker down and wait for the fucking Imperials to show up because they are going to.
But guys, we already got the proof that they're alive.
So
So let's just get out of here.
So
They
what's
have
to
to
stop
stay
Rion?
alive.
Yeah, what's to stop Rion whenever he finds out that we lied or that we gave him false
We
information?
didn't lie. The Imperials came after we left.
How many
You know, the
people do
Imperial
we-
ship's probably not gonna let us leave. Like, if we get in a ship and start flying away,
It's trying
they're
to
probably
land.
gonna shoot
We're gonna
us
fly
down.
away.
Yeah, but
you know they
outrun
can
us.
like shoot us down like super easy, right? Like,
I got a pretty good pilot here.
Okay, well then we're staying. I think that's probably a majority vote.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll make my way over to where Harsal and Kratala are. And they're kind of going a little.
Harsal is
Don't antagonize them.
panicky.
Harsal is trying to
What?
talk Katala down and ensure her that he can protect her and that the camp can protect her and that she doesn't need to kill herself.
Okay, well I don't want to intrude.
I
I'll just-
mean, you're
I don't wanna
fairly
make things worse.
charming.
What?
Yeah, she's probably not as hard of a check as Harsel is to charm her.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to talk her off the ledge then, I guess.
What you got?
Kratala, I know that it is really scary right now. You don't want to be taken by Imperials. We're going to protect you. We're also we're going to stay here and fight with you guys. We're not going anywhere. We'll make sure that you stay safe.
Charm or negotiate. 3 red.
Did you say a word after 3?
Red.
3 red.
I'm holding down the button, guys, I swear. Sergeant Volcano is typing.
There we go. Sort of. Kind of.
Wow.
How charming.
That's what I was
Although
going. That's what I was going for
you did
before.
leave
with
that yellow
Harsel.
in your
What?
you did leave a yellow in your dice pool.
But it
Oh,
was blank.
It was
Yeah.
blank.
Yeah.
let me clear that out.
Even if you count the 2 successes, you still made it easily.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Reading and stuff. I didn't expect it would get this far. Or that Rick would call low.
Well, you know, when I go low, we go shoot some droids.
How many
Yeah.
people do we think are on the Imperial ship? We know it was relatively small.
Yeah, it was fairly small. I'll get that information as soon as I finish reading this paragraph. It's worth noting that once you blew up that one probe droid, the rest, like, went back up through the trees. Like, they were not about to get blowed up. See, I was expecting y'all to have moved your ships up here to the retreat when the Imperials got here, and the Imperials have to park down by the Son of the Ore. But now we have interesting predicaments. Lances. That is the name we were looking for earlier. It is 2 lances of scout troopers. So you know that there would be a dozen people on the ship or so. Those of you who know things about ships and dealing with the Imperials.
About how many people are left in the camp?
30 people, couple dozen battle droids, a dozen or so non-battle droids.
Not bad odds.
30 people in a fortified location, but with crappy gear, versus 10 or so Imperials with military-grade weaponry. What was the question I was supposed to look up? Tally had a question.
She asked how many people would be on the ship. You answered it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Reading that paragraph paid off then. Okay. So you don't hear the ship anymore. Sounds like it has in fact landed somewhere. You don't know where. What is your plan from here? Harsal and you have convinced Kurtala to like lock the Nexu cage back up, and she's working on getting out of the cage. She's asking Harsal if she can release a cybernetic Nexu into the woods, and he's trying to calm her down, and it's weird to see Harsal being the like, let's think about this rationally one, or yeah, considering how paranoid and weird he's been lately. He's still not a super big fan of y'all, but Tali does get major bonus points for convincing Kurtala not to end it all here and now.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! What you do?
I'm gonna try to clear out these scout droids.
Once Kodo blew up one, they went up into the trees.
Okay.
They can't see y'all, but y'all can't see them. You can still hear a couple of them up there, but they are up above the canopy at this point.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go over to Harsal. Just say, you need to get your people in order quickly because their ship is not making any more noise, which means that they've landed and they will be here very soon.
Yep, of course. People are already taking up positions in the sentry towers, and everyone's gathering up all the supplies we have. It's only a matter of time till they're here, and we are ready to deal the first blow. And hopefully they find a couple of the booby traps out in the jungle. But we're dealing with very rundown and poor quality equipment, so we're going to have to rely on the group of you to assist in that front.
Well, that's what we're here for. If we can get them to funnel down certain choke points within the retreat, it should make for a little bit easier. The only problem I see, though, you said that I did know what kind of troops that they would have on that ship, right?
Yeah, like I said, 10 to 12 stormtroopers.
A few of them are
probably
lances.
probably 10 speeder bikes.
Okay. The only problem that I foresee is that they are going to have speeder bikes. That sort of ship is meant for scouts, and they will more than likely be able to traverse the jungle pretty quickly.
We have the advantage in that their speeder bikes don't necessarily mean anything in terms of sieging this position. They can get through the jungle pretty quickly, but all that does is get them to the wall faster. I'm perfectly fine with sitting here behind the wall and attacking from outward. Once, if they're capable of getting through the gate, and once they do, the bikes aren't going to do them many justices here inside the camp. There's not much place to go, and it certainly means we can't run from them, but that's not the plan at all. Where would we run at this point, right?
That's a good point. Well, then we just need to get ready. This is not going to be easy.
Do you have a bird?
Oh no, sorry. I have my TV's on, and I got.
Okay.
Are you listening to like Planet Earth or something?
No. I have like The Witcher loaded up because I was doing it during the break. I was playing it, and I'm like in this village, and there's like a little fucking bird right there. It's like,
I was like, Corey playing Star Wars from a peaceful meadow.
We are in a
the
jungle.
middle of the night.
We need some royalty-free jungle background noise audio
Right.
track.
Yeah. So I feel like I know it's 15 minutes early, but this is actually a good like story stopping point to try and like let y'all have out of character conversations about where to kind of move from here and to ask any questions you have and stuff.
Also, this combat's probably going to take a while, so
Yeah, if y'all start a fight, it's gonna be a fight. So let's wind down here. But yeah, Imperials got here. I wonder how they knew where to go.
I hate you for choosing low, Rick. Right now, like I've been dreading this since I made my character's backstory because I was like, oh shit, they're like not Imperial.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but
It's okay.
not really.
Nah,
tell
it's
you a
okay.
secret?
I'm just giving you shit.
Can I tell all y'all a secret?
Sure.
They
Is it
told
that I
me
need
what-
better friends?
You know, Imperials kind of followed a certain tracking device, so yeah, it's a good thinking on chucking that fucker on the other side of the planet. Yeah, y'all
Wait,
did
what
a
was
good
it?
thing. Imperials tracking device. Good
Right,
job
but
on.
what tracking device?
The one that
The
we
one that the
tossed.
Trandosians, the ones that the Rhodians put on us.
But
From
did they
session
though?
2.
But did they though?
Oh, you motherfucker! It was the Imperials the whole time. You're
So
a
did we just
bitch.
like murder some fools for like not as much of a reason as we thought?
Well, I mean, they were trying to tell us to get the fuck off the planet or die. So, I mean,
They were trying to murder us, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we were completely justified in murdering those guys. Now, me weekend at Burning's one of their fucking bodies was not justified at all, but it was still fun.
I mean, that's one of those things that justifies itself.
Good point. Good point. I won't feel bad about it anymore.
Never feel
Yeah.
bad for who you are, even if who
I-
you are is someone who weekend at Bernie's the people you just killed.
I'm
But on
actually,
before
I'm
rubbing
actually like
Vaseline all
already
over.
plotting. I'm actually already plotting doing it to the fucking Imperials.
Yes.
Just like put them all back in their ship, like in the positions where I think they're supposed to go, and then like send the ship off in a random fucking direction with the tracking beacon on.
Everything's fine here. How are you?
Y'all are the best. I'm so glad y'all have fun with this.